What's up, super fans? It is Fit Nerd from Superheroes Ultimate with Flash Fanatic, and we're gonna do a live reaction to Thor: Love and Thunder. Let's go!
Bring the thunder!
Ah! We are doing a 50K subscriber giveaway for the Nano Iron Man Gauntlet, fully loaded with the Infinity Stones and LED lights. Simply hit the subscribe button, comment below, and like this video.
All right, let's get into it. Let's make sure all the check marks are
Checkmark,
checked.
audio.
And...
All right, ready? Here we go. Press play.
Here we
go. There was comic book accurate Thor there.
Who I once used for battle.
Yep, that is. Ooh. Oh, he's burying the hatchet.
Why is he burying his hatchet?
I need to figure out exactly who I am.
He's going on a journey.
We've got Zen Thor.
Oh, CrossFit Thor!
I want to choose my own path.
80s clothing.
Live in the moment.
He's totally wearing Quill's clothing there.
Totally.
My superheroing days are over.
Is that Sakaar?
Feel his ship?
That looked like Sakaar.
Ooh.
Olympus!
Wait.
A Zeus!
Oh, Zeus!
Remember
What is a gigantic beast?
You ever feel lost?
MIB?
Just look into the eyes of the people that you love. Not me. What? Just listening.
Little bromance.
That's some bromance. Oh, it's back! It's back! It's back!
Oh my god. Oh my god. There's so much to dissect in here. Oh my god. Okay, let's just get into I am super excited for this film. I am really energized. This makes me want to go out and just like do like a training montage, honestly. And oh my god. He has the long hair, is back.
We have Fit Thor back. We have Fit Thor before and after. Clearly he's going to go through an entire training system for the gods, which I definitely want to know what his training system is, because he's rattling some chains from some giant beast that's been slayed.
Oh yeah, and also I don't know. It was like a split second in the trailer, but I think that was King Thor.
In the fire,
it might be
in the fire, it looked like King Thor.
Well, when I was saying it looked like he had a different suit. I wish we could go back and check out the small bit of it, but there was like this scene where it looked like darker armor he had, and it looked like he was opening up a portal or something, and it looked very different. And I was like, wait a minute, that looks interesting. That looks like King Thor. Oh my god, I love the 80s montage of, like, you know, he rips off his like Asgardian, and he's now literally in like jeans and like a ripped jeans.
So we're seeing a ton of different variations of Thor. I mean, there's going to be cosplay. You already know there's going to be cosplay at the wazoo for Thor right now. We just saw like 6 or 7 different variations of our Thor.
I can tell you for certain that if I go to Comic-Con this year, which I most likely will, I'm gonna literally pick that because of the ease and comfort of walking around in jeans, an 80s retro shirt, and all I maybe have to do is just get a wig and like a hammer or something like that. But let's just take a second. Let's just take a second to really appreciate that last little bit. We have the female Thor introduced. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, or how they may twist it. We don't know. We don't know how they're gonna utilize her. We may have a female Thor taking the place of Chris Hemsworth's Thor.
I mean, it looks like he's completely retiring from the superhero biz. We saw him literally burying his hatchet, Stormbreaker. He just put it there like a little cross, like, all right, I'm done. I'm walking away. Even in that specific scene where he's with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I guess it looks like they're about to go into battle, and he just turns around and walks back.
things. Last year, I think the best movie out of last year had to be the Spider-Man No Way Home. And this is going, depending on how Strange does, this might be, honestly, a much better choice in terms of like what is going to be the top movie of this year. I don't know. Can't recall what else is coming out this year.
Marvel competing with Marvel is what it looks like. I don't think anything else is really competing with the box office.
Yeah.
It's Marvel versus Marvel right now, which is Doctor Strange and Thor: Love and Thunder. This looks awesome. This looks really fun.
And this is one of those movies that I wouldn't mind going to a midnight premiere of. Even I don't even know honestly right now if there are.
There has to be. There has to be some type of fan event where they have. Because I've gone to marathons, like when they released the Civil War, they had the original the first two Captain Americas playing, which is Captain America and then Winter Soldier. And obviously with Endgame, there was a 65-hour long marathon. So they have a lot of marathons that do go on across the country, and I really hope that they do have one for this movie. I tried to look for a Multiverse of Madness, but I mean, the gist of it, there's only one movie before it. There's no reason to do a marathon for it. But this one has multiple movies. It has 3 movies before it already. So a marathon and getting a medal.
Going fourth is very well. That would be great. That would be absolutely amazing if you were to be able to see all the movies in order. Even just having like that, and then maybe like an end game, kind of like showing like where the character is right now, and then boom. But oh my god, this movie is going to be so good. I'm hoping it's going to be so good. I don't at all, just from the trailer, like the music, kind of like that thing of like, is Thor retiring? Like, I think that there is going to be a possibility of him staying in the Marvel Universe, but not necessarily being part of the Avengers anymore. Like, kind of stay. That's why I say I think it might be something like King Thor. Like, he's taking the mantle of Thor the Avenger, putting it to a side. Someone else is going to take that mantle away or up, and then you're going to have him as King Thor sitting on a throne, so they can bring him back whenever they want. I mean, that's basically what they're doing with a bunch of these superheroes. And not to go too much, I know that this is a short video today, but if you think about how they're constructed the MCU, and they're now almost deconstructing the Avengers team. They took away Spider-Man for a while right now. They don't have a Captain America. They don't have an Iron Man. Hulk is really one of the only main Avengers. Natasha is dead and probably not going to come back.
No, she's dead.
And now this is, well, yeah, she's dead. For at least, like everyone can possibly come back, but she's she's dead. I mean, even she's like dead to Disney. Yeah, she's dead to Disney. Disney just like said nope. But then now this is like that last really of the original. I think I'm forgetting maybe one of the original. Hawkeye. He's kind of fading away with his series. He's kind of like, I'm kind of done with and passing the mantle. So we are kind of in that last little bit where Thor might be the last of the original Avengers, and it's deconstructing, and you have these new people like Kate Bishop from the Hawkeye series. You have
America Chavez.
That makes the Star State Portal. America Chavez, thank you. She might come in as like one of those players in the game. You have Miss Marvel, which may end up being a character that goes on into there. You have the original Captain Marvel that's taking a lead role in the series. You have Spider-Man, again, that's kind of moving away for now, but may end up coming back at some point as possibly a new leader of the Avengers, which he has done in the comics. So I really like the fact that this movie might have, may actually have him going away. Like, he'll probably still be part of the MCU, but for the majority of parts, he's probably going to be part of new projects, move away from MCU for a bit, do his own movies and stuff like that, and just keep this opening. And you have Jane Foster, you have possibly becoming the new Thor moving forward, or may just be for this movie.
So we are going to see the God Killer in here. Hopefully that actually means that we're going to see the Knull's sword, the black sword. The name of the very first black sword ever made by the symbiote king Knull. We're talking about the black sword, the very first sword ever probably made in the universe, which is made by the god of all the symbiotes, which actually created all the symbiotes as well. He created his sword that killed Celestials, we actually saw the Nowhere head, which was severed by this sword.
Yeah. Right, but I actually think that they may. So in the comics, during the Knull arc, when they had that in the comics, they actually made a statement that the Black Knight's sword, which is our Jon Snow sword, is actually one of the swords that Knull is afraid of, because it can actually kill him. They may be using that sword as their version of the sword, or maybe end up like kind of stacking it on top of each other. Where it's like, oh, we have to do on this quest to get this legendary sword that can destroy this great evil that might come forward if they're looking to, continue with the Eternals kind of tie-ins and stuff. I know the movie didn't do well at all.
There's still going to be tie-ins. There's definitely tie-ins in there.
There's going to be tie-ins. They have to now because, at the very least, even if we get like a Eternals 2, I'm not sure what their plan is for that, but if they choose to go into an Eternals 2 sequel or combined with the Blade movie, because I think at the end of that movie is I think it's Mahershala Ali who's taking
that was his voice
Blade, and so they were saying like they may have a team up or possibly some kind of affiliation there, so that's how they may end up keeping Jon Snow and still not necessarily move forward with the Eternals movie. Until whenever they choose to greenlight something or whatever.
I mean,
but,
can we add how crazy it looks that this is the final movie for Chris Hemsworth as Thor and moving along? This is a transitional movie and a finale because we see a lot going on in this trailer. So they're going to go out with a really big bang for our Chris Hemsworth Thor and just literally passing on the torch to Jane Foster. And I'm making assumptions here, just theory-based and put a grain of salt, but I really believe that Jane Foster went back to wherever Hela broke the hammer, she put the pieces together, and obviously Jane Foster is a genius and probably figured out a way how to actually get it repaired somehow, thus making her Thor. Because that is Jane Foster, she is officially Thor. That's already confirmed and everything, but she is also going to be the new Thor, like in the main continuity of the MCU.
Yeah, and I think that is a very valid point. They definitely are going to have her in it. So there could be a possibility that they are going to keep him in the roster, or maybe if this movie does really well, they may keep him as a tie-in for a future movie. And I think definitely we still will see him, I think, in the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie. Is that right?
I don't think so. I think he's going to exit from the Guardians here. We're going to see the Asgardians at work over here. The Asgardians.
Yeah, Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Like, he was wearing the outfit.
I just got to say, I love the bromance. I love the bromance between Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pratt.
He's wearing his clothes. He's wearing his clothes.
You know what your play. You know what you're fighting for when you're looking into the eyes of the person you love, and then you just see him like bring his eyes in, and he's like, "You're in my way." So yeah, no, I'm just listening. I really love that. That's gonna be. I think that this is gonna be one of the best non-traditional comedy movies we have this year. Of like just like this buddy road trip. I think that was how it was kind of like advertised a little bit, that this is his final movie. There's going to be a lot of moving parts in it, but they're all going to tie into each other. And so like you have as Guardians of the Galaxy, he's probably going to leave them for a bit, do his own thing, come back, try to find his place. This could be also like just like going along with the theme of what the trailer seems to be.
See, now one thing that I'm questioning though, because I saw here in one of the comments, and it's a valid point by one of the fans, that they stated about the soundtrack. Yeah, see, this was a valid point. It's by the Grizzly Gamer. It's called Love and Thunder. They should be using AC/DC songs. I agree with that valid point. How can you not have AC/DC songs playing in the background of Love and Thunder?
That is a very valid point. Like Marvel and Disney, they can definitely buy this stuff, but maybe it just wasn't in their not the budget, but like just maybe didn't fit the theme of the song. I mean, there's other songs that could probably fit better with the tone of what they're trying to do. I mean, I absolutely think that's great, but like how many times when we had Thor Ragnarok, how many times did you hear the same song, dun 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 dun, like that? like they played that song so many times throughout the song. I literally made, like, I was watching it and I'm like, yeah, they probably didn't have enough to spend on multiple money, royalties and stuff. So it could literally, even though I know that like they do have that budget, it could be like the director's choice of like, listen, we have this good rock and roll music, let's just stick with it. Like this is a better price for what we're doing, paying the royalties out, we're using the music. They may also not have come to an agreement with the band itself, or whoever owns the rights to the music, saying, maybe maybe it's owned by Sony for all you know, and they're not going to buy it out from Sony Music. Could you imagine if they introduced Knull into this universe and how well that would tie in to the Venom
100%,
movies, to the Spider-Man
100%
movies?
agree with you.
If they were to do something to the extent of, we're gonna go like they already have the idea of like there's a Spider-Verse out there. They already know there's gonna be a Madam Web. There's gonna be other versions of Spider-Man that are introduced, and we also know the fact that the Sony production. Oh my god, why am I blanking on
Into the Spider-Verse?
Thank you. Into the Spider-Verse is canon to the certain like to the Spider-Man stories, and so I could see them making like kind of like an end credit scene and introducing Knull, which is a relatively new character. I mean, it maybe not as many people would know it, but it would make everything connected. They would explain why there's so many versions of Venom and how that whole mess up in Morbius happened.
Let's not talk about Morbius. We're not going to talk about Morbius. We don't talk about Morbius. We don't talk about Morbius.
You can't play that. But yeah, I think if they were to do this, you can tie in all the Venom movies into the Spider-Verse. You could tie in Spider-Man into the Venom verse or Spider-Verse, however you want to do it. You could tie in parts of the MCU so it still connects, and hopefully even with a mess up as much as they did with Morbius, they could even connect a little bit of the Morbius universe into this universe here. So Marvel, Disney, MCU, if you're listening, Sony,
it's a great opportunity for Knull
to this. This is a great opportunity for Knull. You already have very good tie-ins. You don't even need to show him. All you gotta do is maybe just put in some type of tie-in that all the characters, all the fans that know and read the most up-to-date comics will get, oh, are they introducing Knull? And the fact that you have the Ebony Blade with the Black Knight coming also, that it ties in. You have Kang the Conqueror, who is integral to the Knull storyline at one point, and to introduce him as one of the big bads that may be the initial bad guy, but maybe like tie into him having a tie into Knull. I think it was in the Venom comics. I think Symbiote God, King and
God Butcher. I keep saying God Killer, but the God Killer is actually Knull. Knull is the God Killer, and Christian Bale is actually the God Butcher.
So what I was referring to was the King in Black storyline. That's the name of the comic line, is King in Black.
Yep.
That's where this takes place, where he goes through and Kang is part of it, Spider-Man is part of it, Venom is part of it. There's a whole thing of him and his son that he has in the future. It's such
a perfect opportunity to just drop in a couple of Easter eggs in there. Like you said, it doesn't even have to show any character. Like even just something slight in the background with the God Butcher stating something about Knull, stating something about the sword. So just something that nudges into it would be absolutely amazing. It doesn't have to even show it on screen.
Marvel,
listen up, Marvel.
I'm holding this. All right, this is me. You got to pay me for this idea. If it ends up being a thing. All right, ready? So you already have the Madam Web movie and all the characters, and you have the different Spider-Verse characters coming into this. Guess what? The threat that they have to face is Knull. You have that being the ultimate threat in the universe. You have a version of Carnage or Venom that is Tom Hardy's Venom, or another version of Venom that's from another universe that connects to him, and boom. You could even make it Ben Reilly. You could change some things up and say Ben Reilly is actually the Spider-Man that combined with a version of Carnage that has a connection to Knull, and make that where everyone has to group up all the Spider-Verse characters, and that would be the way that you can take in all these characters bigger than Endgame, because King in Black was a huge story. It took all the characters, all the heroes of Earth to kind of fight him, and Venom was ultimately the one that had to take care of everything. But you have Fantastic Four, you have Captain America. You could have Chris Evans reprise the role for a slight moment. You could have Doctor Strange. You could have all these different characters from the original Avengers make one final appearance, and I think that would honestly be bigger, not necessarily better, but bigger than what happened at Endgame with the Avengers Assemble line at Captain America. Yes, you have everyone coming back, everything's boom.
There you have it, folks. Our live reaction. We are super stoked to see more Love and Thunder. We will collect royalties if this ever does happen. You heard it here first. And if we see it happening, we can go back to this video and collect those royalties, okay? So
Yes. I am going to bookmark this right now. I'm gonna put
we have a timestamp. We have a timestamp when this happens.
What are your thoughts? Please like this video, leave a comment. Let us know, what do you think the future in store is, and do you support my thread of connecting King to this universe to connect Knull to this universe? Let us know.
T-shirts, tank tops, mugs, totes, stickers, face masks, and so much more. So if you want to check out some of our latest official merch, take a look right below the video. We are doing a 50K subscriber giveaway for the Nano Iron Man Gauntlet, fully loaded with the Infinity Stones and LED lights. Simply hit the subscribe button, comment below, and like this video.
Until next, guys, this is Fit Nerd and Flash Fanatic.
Over and out.